Today, I'll be presenting on privacy and ethical concerns around managing personal data. We live in a world where almost every activity we do leaves behind a digital footprint, from online shopping and banking to healthcare and social media. Databases are the backbone of how this personal data is stored, processed, and shared. This presentation will highlight privacy risks, ethical dilemmas, technical and legal aspects, as well as solutions and challenges. Finally, I'll summarize why managing personal data responsibly is not just a technical task, but also a moral obligation. Moving to the second slide. Introduction. Personal data has become the fuel for modern innovation. Companies and governments rely on it for decision making, personalization, and the predictive analytics. But while this data can bring many benefits, it also introduces serious concerns. Misuses of data can lead to identity theft, discrimination, financial loss, or even political manipulation. This is where database plays a crucial role. They are not neutral tools but active decision makers in how data is stored, secured, and shared. Database administrators are not only technical experts but also custodians of trust. Their choices like who get access, what encryption is used, and how data is anonymized directly affect people's privacy and dignity. So, when we discuss privacy and ethics, it's not only about protecting systems, it's about protecting people. Data breaches. For example, the Equifax breach in 2017 exposed nearly 150 million people's personal data. Marriott also leaked millions of hotel guest records. These breaches don't just cost money, they damage trust permanently. Surveillance is another issue. Government often justify it for security, while corporations justify it for profit through targeted advertising. But in both cases, individuals lose control of their digital identity. Privacy policies are another challenge. Most of us just click I agree without fully understanding what we are signing away. This raises the ethical question if consent is not fully informed or is it really valid. And finally, the data monetization is a huge problem. Companies profit from selling our browsing habits, locations, or even health data. While laws like GDPR try to control this, enforcement is uneven and many loopholes still exist. So, privacy in practice is fragile. On to ethical concerns. Ethical issues goes even deeper than privacy. For example, who really owns personal data? Many companies claim ownership through their terms of service, but most people believe that individuals should always retain ownership and control. Another issue is informed consent. True consent means that people understand why they are agreed to. But when policies are deliberately complex, consent becomes a formality rather than a real choice. Transparency and accountability are also essential. If an algorithm denies someone's a loan, can they understand why? Can the company be held accountable for bias or mistakes? The Cambridge Analytica scandal is a perfect example of what happens when ethics are ignored. Millions of people's Facebook data was misused to manipulate political campaigns. This wasn't just data breach, it was a violation of democracy itself. So, ethical management of data is about more than compliance. It's about respecting human dignity. Database and legal relevance. Databases are the center of all these issues. A secure database should have role-based access control, encryption, and anonymization techniques built into its design. Legal frameworks help guide this. For example, GDPR in Europe emphasizes principles like the right to be forgotten and data minimization. HIPAA in the US protects sensitive health information. California's CCPA gives consumers more right over their data. But following the law alone is not enough. Laws differ across regions and technology offer evolves faster than regulations. That's why ethical responsibility is critical. Database administrators must actively design systems that protect privacy, not just tick legal boxes. A well-designed database can reduce the risk of breaches, minimize unnecessary data collection, and build trust with users. Let's talk about solutions. On the technical side, encryption ensures that even if data is stolen, it cannot be read. Anonymization and differential privacy make sure that individuals cannot be identified in datasets. Blockchain creates tamper-resistant audit trails that add accountability. On the organizational side, privacy by design proposed by Anne argues that privacy must build into systems from the very start, not added later. This means collecting only the data you need, limiting retention, and embedding transparency. Employee training is also critical. Many breaches are caused by human error, weak password, careless sharing, or phishing attacks. Building a culture of responsibility can make a huge difference. Finally, transparency tools like privacy dashboards give us more control, letting them view, edit, or delete their own data. This shifts power back to the individual. Opportunities and challenges. So, what opportunities do ethical practices bring? The biggest one is trust. When users feel safe, they are more willing to share accurate data, which improves both service quality and organizational credibility. It also ensures compliance with regulations, avoiding heavy fines. But challenges remain. Implementing advanced privacy tools like anonymization or secure computation can be costly and complex. Small organizations often struggle to keep up. There are also the issues of global regulations. What's legal in one country may not be in other. Companies operating internationally must navigate a confusing web of rules. And finally, cybersecurity threats are constantly evolving. Hackers develop new attacks every day, so security can never be a one-time fix. It requires continuous monitoring and investment. So, while opportunities are clear, the path forward is not easy. To conclude, personal data is both extremely valuable and highly vulnerable. Databases are the heart of managing this data, and their design choices affect billions of people. Legal compliance is important, but ethical responsibility goes further. It means respecting individuals, ensuring transparency, and building accountability. We see how breaches, surveillance, and misuse can damage not only individuals but also entire societies. But we also see how solutions like encryption, anonymization, and privacy by design can help us move forward responsibly. The success of any data-driven system depends not just on technology or laws, but on the human values of guiding. If organizations combine strong technical safeguards with a culture of ethical responsibility, they don't just protect data, they build trust, fairness, and more humane digital world. Thank you.